Here we go. A lot of fans had their sights set on this particular matchup, and I think a lot of the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu community really curious to see if this guy can make a run at a UFC world title.
He excites him because he's a guy that has come to the UFC with that background and has excelled. He's getting better every single time he steps into the octagon. And you know what? He's a guy that specializes in grappling. So when you're on the ground, you're in trouble. He knows that. He's comfortable there. He recognizes that if he can get you to the floor, you are in a heap of trouble. Let's see how he plans to do that tonight. And he certainly was quick to acknowledge all the power and the skill on the other side, but this man has a composure and a maturity that belies his years, and we are excited to see him compete in a big setting here tonight. Just a scratch. Here is your favorite fighter's favorite fighter. Longtime UFC veteran, Dan the Hangman Hooker, at times too tough for his own good. Breaks his arm in the win over Jalen Turner. I would argue that was one of the best fights of all of 2023. But the man has such an appetite for training in mixed martial arts that he got back in the gym too quickly. As such, re-broke the arm. Now a picture of health. Dan Hooker back on the proving ground. Remains to be seen as to whether or not he can get to a title fight, but tonight should be a good lens into the possibility that he could become the best in the world at some point down the line. All right, ready to go from the house that MJ built. We are at United Center, Chicago, Illinois, USA. Both fighters now ready to engage. Let us see who emerges in this critical matchup. Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. All right, now to get us started, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Renato Moicano! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Daniel the Hangman Hooker.
One of the best in the business, Herb Dean, is our referee tonight. All right, here we go with the start of this round. Big spot and a career full of them for one Daniel Hooker. You got to think one of his fights, likely the Dustin Poirier fight, is going to end up in the UFC Hall of Fame, but not necessarily looking for a war here tonight. He believes skill for skill, he is the better man in this equation and out to prove as much early enough.
Oh, nice kick.
Both fighters hanging down in the pocket and both landing. Nice leg kick there by Moicano.
That's a big strike right there.
Moicano going for the takedown, but unable to land. Body attack, and it's blocked. Collar tie here in the clinch. Oh, and he tags him with the straight. Beautifully placed there by Hooker. Just over 3 minutes to go, round one. Fighter lands a jab. Oh, that is a nasty inside leg kick, DC.
It is a great technique, but it only takes one time to check it,
right,
and your night can be over. Or you can end up like Anderson Silva. Be careful.
Got an issue? Here's a tissue.
Fighter lands a nasty kick.
Oh, guillotine here.
That is tight. The guillotine looks like it's locked in. Right now, he's got to be patient. Got to squeeze.
Oh, he got out. How good is that?
This guy is so aware. He never leaves anything long to allow for himself to get subbed. Okay, he's got it. That's it.
Submission defense on full display there.
He said that he was very aware of what this guy brought to the octagon, and it showed in that defense.
Now inside the closed guard.
And he's going to try to find ways to pass and moves to a submission.
Posturing up now. Oh, lands a massive elbow. Moicano getting worked here from the top. Ground and pound strikes raining down.
He passes to half guard.
Hooker's looking to pass out of the half guard here, maybe looking for side control. He's denied. All right, so a grueling battle on the ground, and no surprise, the crowd pops in appreciation as the fighters work their way back to the field.
This is an educated crowd, J.A. They appreciate high-level grappling. That's exactly what they got in that exchange.
Moicano gets lit up by that straight punch.
Oh, big elbow.
Round two straight ahead.
All right, take a seat, relaxa, respira. Olha, você está sendo muito agressivo na luta, tá? Eu tenho que você tem que focar.
All right, let's get you some highlights from that previous round. A lot of high-level leg kicking going on there, champ.
And he did a great job of hiding them. He wasn't giving any sign that he was going to throw those leg kicks. That's why you didn't see his opponent check any of the kicks, and it won't take many more for him to really damage the mobility of the other combatant.
Ready to fight? Ready.
All right, round two. All right, next round is now underway. DC, any major takeaways after the previous 5 minutes?
That both of these guys are very evenly matched. The matchmakers did a fantastic job when they put these two in the octagon. So even though it wasn't crazy, you got to see high-level mixed martial arts.
Oh, high-level defense there. The hook shot is blocked by Moicano. Man, these guys have some chins on them. Huge shots being landed on both sides. It's a pretty good jab. Just missed with the leg kick.
Oh, he jumped guillotine right away.
Oh, he got up. Inside the closed guard now.
I mean, he went right into his full guard. What does he do to try to advance himself to give him more of an advantage on the mat?
Just over 3 minutes to go in round two.
This is where he wants to be.
Oh, high-level stuff here with the ground and pound by Moicano. Good, solid strike on the ground. All right, we'll see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC.
He passes to half. Look at him attack that arm triangle on the opposite side. When it's time to finish, he will lock his hands, pass his body all the way to the opposite side, drop his chest to get all the way down to his opponent's neck to try to choke him out and finish his fight.
Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here. All right, a good ground and pound by him here, certainly staying busy, and not just busy, but effective.
You can just throw punches to keep the referee off of you. This guy is throwing punches to be effective, to throw damaging strikes. He's doing a fantastic job. Beautiful ground strikes landed.
Oh, his ground and pound is on full display here tonight. Well, once again, mixed martial arts, the land of the unpredictable. You've got a jiu-jitsu fighter here throwing hands with one of the better guys in this division.
I would have never thought that this is the fight that would play out in front of us. The jiu-jitsu guy leading the dance, but not only leading the dance and the striking, but winning the exchanges. He has truly shown that he has committed himself to becoming a full mixed martial artist.
Lead kick is true there by Moicano.
They're so evenly matched, and they're going tit-for-tat.
2 rounds in the books.
Settle down, settle down. Can you breathe for me? Keep breathing. You're taking too much damage to the body, okay? I need more footwork from you. I need you to keep moving.
All right, now we take a look back at some of the action in that previous round, DC. A lot to like on both sides, Will.
I mean, both were intent on going forward. And what happens when nobody wants to take a step back? They meet in the middle. That's exactly what they did, and they both found success over the course of that round.
You ready to fight? Ready.
3rd round underway. All right, next round is underway. He really did a nice job defensively in the previous round. You're not always winning with defense in MMA, but the crowd was oohing and eyeing as he moved that head off the center
I mean,
line.
it was defensive brilliance.
Yeah.
I mean, just the ability to move, to roll his shoulders, to get his hands up.
Whoa! Leg kick checked by Moicano. Oh, clean hook there. Oh, huge left. Well, no denying that he rocked him, but couldn't quite get the finish.
He hurt him real bad, but he couldn't find the shot that would put him to sleep. He threw a lot of punches, but he couldn't get the one to land on the button that would end the night.
Champ, look at that redness underneath his elbow. A lot of those strikes to the body starting to pile up.
And he is smart enough to not be headhunting the entire time. I like this. I like this approach. Oh, he passes to half guard now. And he's not posturing to land punches, so look for a submission attempt. It's tight.
Oh, somehow he gets out. Fantastic submission D. Continuing to stay busy here on the ground. All right, well, he's got him softened up here.
Now he'll try to start attacking a rear naked choke from the top position.
Defensively, you can see fighting the arm here, but his opponent's got double hooks in now under the chin.
Yeah, it's getting very tight now.
Postures up now and lands a devastating strike to the head. Under 2 minutes to go in the round. And now he's got the back. Moicano's in half guard. Oh, good ground and pound here.
Another ground and pound strike lands for this man. Good job being a threat off your back and not allowing your opponent to get comfortable.
Moicano's back in full mount.
You can't take all those unanswered strikes. They don't have to be that damaging.
Yeah.
You just gotta move.
All right, so he's setting up for submission here.
That is tight.
Oh, he's got a strong grip on that arm. I don't know.
He's starting to extend the elbow. Great job maintaining position there. You never want to lose position to chase a submission.
That's 3 rounds in the can. We're headed to the championship rounds.
Excellent. That was beautiful, man. You had him hurt. You should have put him away. He was hurt. He was ready for that final blow. All right. He's probably still hurt.
All right, we now take a look back at some of the highlights from that last round, DC. A lot for the replay guys to choose from.
I mean, these guys are going to be very busy trying to find what replay to show you guys. Lands on both sides of the octagon. Both guys fought great. What a phenomenal round.
You ready to fight? Ready.
4th round now, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, this should be good as our next round gets underway. We nearly had a knockout in the previous round, but the corner seems to think they have their fighter back in the game.
It felt fun watching such an exciting moment, but it is a testament to this fighter and the toughness and the durability that he possesses, that he's still here right now with an opportunity still to win the fight.
Oh, you land, I land is how we're doing here. Back to his patented kicks here, but just out of range. Moicano going for the takedown here, but he misses. Able to block that one. Hooker's body getting bruised up on that right side now. Don't want to take too many more shots to that midsection. Under 3 minutes to go in round 4.
Nice kick.
Big shots being landed on both sides here. Just missed with the left there.
Beautiful job getting those hands up.
Well, you got to admire the urgency here. He is trying to keep the judges out of it, lighten up his opponent left and right.
Guillotine jump.
That guillotine is oh, he's out. Side control.
Now he's looking arm triangle on the opposite side. When he goes to finish, look, he's got it locked. When he goes to finish, he has to...
You gotta be kidding me, he's out.
There it is, now he's running him out. Nice shots landing from the top position.
Right inside his opponent's guard here, DC. You don't want to play around here. Oh, now trying to isolate an arm, DC.
He needs to move his hips back to cover. He cannot allow him on that angle because the guy hit armbar.
Oh, how good is this submission defense? He is out of danger again.
He recognized the danger, got himself out of it, and now he fights on.
Pretty accurate there from bottom position. Grounded him and pounded him. Nice job.
Another strike gets through from the top position.
All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. Horn sounds for the end of round 4.
All right, this is it, last round. He keeps taking you down, it's done. All right? As soon as he shoots, you got to fight for the underhook. You can't try to punch him once he's already in.
All right, a lot of tremendous striking action in that last round, DC. I know you don't have a telestrator, but take us through the replay.
I mean, I would love to have my telestrator right now. That was a great display of high-level mixed martial arts striking. Both combatants stood toe-to-toe and let it all hang out.
All right, so a wild round and a wild sequence there on the ground, DC. Talk us through the highlight.
Yeah, man, you see two high-level grapplers going after it. One guy gets an advantage, the other guy always has a response. We thought it was over. A lesser opponent would have been submitted, but these two are two of the best grapplers in the entire UFC.
Oh, nice job to block that punch. Oh, lands another beautiful strike to the body, really starting to connect at will when it comes to working the body, and especially effective doing it later in this fight. Didn't see a lot of that from him in the earlier rounds. Oh, bone on bone, shin slash foot, right to the skull. You see why I'm a commentator and not a fighter? You see why?
Yeah, those aren't fun. I'm telling you, man, you get kicked in the head, a lot of times it's the end of the night.
Got a little experience with that.
Yes, I do. Horrible. He's just being more aggressive, and because he's being more aggressive and more loose with his strikes, he's landing.
Single leg takedown attempt here, and did that get you out of your seat? Beautifully done by him there.
Oh, man, I jumped up and down. Am I watching the Olympics or a mixed martial arts fight? You don't see single legs this good unless you're watching a real high-level wrestler.
Lands with the ground and pound here.
Now he's going full mount. He's got to start throwing now.
Hooker's in half guard.
Look at that. Recognized he was about to lose position.
Under 2 minutes now to decide this one.
Oh.
Hooker's nose is bleeding now. Looks to be cut, perhaps there on the bridge.
Keep that guard tight. Close it up.
1 minute to go in the fight. This is some exhausting work, man.
I mean, it is so tiring to be fighting in this way. So much wrestling, so much grappling, expending all this energy trying to hold the guy down. I mean, no takedown is not fought. No reversal is not fought. Everything they're doing is fought to the very last minute before it gets given up.
Waning seconds of this fight. All back and forth action right till the final horn. What a tremendous finish to this one as we go the full 25 minutes. All right, so the fight goes the distance. We'll take a look back at the action, but should go his way given all he got done in the striking game.
Yeah, he did a great job of landing at will, mixing up the target, doing everything that he's become known for in order to cruise to a very good decision. I know he didn't get the finish that he wanted so bad coming in here tonight, but he had a phenomenal performance, and he showed that he's one of the best fighters in the world.
Official decision now in. The buff has it.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 49-47, 50-46, and 50-46 for the winner by unanimous decision, Renato Moicano!
All right, so clearly some disappointment on the face of the boxer there, and perhaps he'll draw a striker next, but the story tonight, the BJJ player getting it done on the scorecards and turning in what you could argue is his best performance in the UFC today.
I agree with you. I agree that this was the best that we've ever seen him look, but it was all rooted in the matchup. He knew that there was a clear path to victory, and he stayed down that path until he got his hand raised.